That song is stuck in my. Have you heard that song yet?
I haven't heard that song yet.
I need you to listen to your homework. There's two songs, three songs I want you to listen to.
Okay.
Write them down. Okay.
Three songs. All right. So I've
Yeah.
got my homework. All right,
All
listeners.
right. Out of
Apparently
those,
this is Nick's live auditions now. Apparently he's moving
yeah,
on
yeah.
from podcasting to singing. So
Hey
every
man,
time he's now just going to practice singing a little bit
I'm
at
a
home
jack of all trades. Um,
and a master of none.
but
I'm
uh, but
sorry.
but but hold on. Speaking of that quote, do you know the full quote to that?
Yeah, it's a really long quote. So like I think
Yeah, because
because like
people
people
stop
like
it at that master of none and think that's great, but it's actually you're shitting on the master part.
okay, so Jack
It's like
of
jack of all trades, master of
master of
none.
yeah. So let's read it here. Um, it's over here. Wait. Full
We
quote.
still haven't introduced this episode. This is episode 26. Welcome to Big Belly Pats, the
Yes.
biggest, belliest, pattiest, the big bellies. You know, rubber tub
It's
on the
the
big
whole.
bellies. Moving past that intro, hi. What's the quote?
The quote is: "A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one."
There you go. So you're a master
I
of,
I, I like
but
that.
you
I
don't,
like that.
but you only know one thing.
Hold on here, bro. Have you seen me work at the school? Have you seen me?
I didn't say you
I'm
was a
literally the
master of
jack of
none.
all trades. I'm the jack of all
Oh,
trades. I am.
if you
I am
watch
a
this
jack of all
video, I
trades in school.
fucked my mustache.
All right, going
Damn.
back, we've completely lost track. Jack of all trades, master of none, but better than a master of one, oftentimes. What are the three songs for my homework that I have to listen to?
The three songs are there. This is going back to that Kendrick Lamar Drake beef. But the
Okay.
one is it's a song called Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
And then there's another song called Not Like Us.
Not like us. Wait, who's this by?
This is also by Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, Kendrick Lamar. And three.
And then three is not a song, it's an instrumental, but it's
Okay.
called BBL Drizzy.
BBL Drizzy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only reason that is not going into that beef again, but well, sort of going into the beef. In the beef, Drake said he told his producer named Metro Boomin, like, pretty much stop talking shit in this beef, go and make some drums, because that's what you're good for. You're a beat maker, go make some drums. And he went and exactly did that. He made some drums to a song called BBL Drizzy, and it is amazing. So,
Cool. Well, I've
yeah.
got some songs for you. I think most people that listen to these would have them.
Dude, I'm looking at this video.
Um,
I fucked my mustache up. Oh, God. I'm going to have to correct that.
just so you know that Nick doesn't have any mirrors in his house. So when he
I
records these,
do.
or
I think I just
that's
cut
how
too
he
close.
sees.
The line is going all the way over. I'm gonna just a lot of people be like, yeah, it's a battle scar. You know, I was in a fight and they caught me in my face.
There we go. That's it.
Yeah.
Chick stick scars. Well, I'm gonna give you three songs, but they're not like I'm a different type of song person. I just like things that just are like bouncy type of music, and it's weird. My music taste, I can't. I'm not a music person that can be like I have one mainstream type of music. Nope, doesn't exist. But recently, there's an artist called Miles Smith who I'm really vibing with. He's really cool. He's one single is called Stargazing, dope ass track. Then I had some help by Post Malone. I think featuring someone Morgan, something else. And then a country song, a bar. It's called a bar song, "Tipsy" by Shabuzi.
I know that song.
Yeah, that's. Oh, then if you know that one, then you can listen to this one, "Miles on It" by Marshmello and Kane Brown. That's a cool song. Miles on It. I like that. Those are my four track. Those are my four go-to tracks in the morning in the shower.
Yeah. Because you brought up country music, I also have a little bit of a gripe with country music. Um, so this past weekend, just catching up, I went to I did two things this past weekend. First thing, I went to a flag football tournament. but not. I say they're tournaments. It's just like the league game, but you play like 3 games, like once.
Okay.
Because obviously we can't play. Obviously not all these guys because we're not getting paid for this, so we're not trying to travel every weekend to some random part of the UK to go play one game. So they condense them all into one weekends. So this past weekend we played 3 games, and on the way there, and I got picked up by my buddy, my home guy. His name is Buddy, American dude. And in the car was my homie Joe. Shout out to Joe and my homie Callum. And they cool peoples. Man, the 2 times that I've traveled with this group, they pick me up and all we play on the radio, all they play on the radio is country music. And it's nothing against them. It's nothing against country music. It's just a lot of country music, you know? And in the car, Buddy had asked me, he was like, Nick, did you ever think that you'd be in the UK with in a car with 2 Brits, an American, all 3 white guys driving to a flag football tournament listening to country music?
Nope.
And I was like, no, I never predicted myself in this situation. Um,
It
no,
sounds like a
it's
scene of Get Out.
yeah. See, and this is one of those
But
like
I
I
haven't
don't.
even watched it.
It's a great movie. I recommend it. But it's just one of those like I put myself in these situations. Like I would be terrible if I was an African tribes member and the boats pulled up because you just threatened me with a good time and I'm in. So yeah, man, I
Ah.
have. But they played a lot of country music. But they were cool though. It was cool people. It was no beef against them. I ain't slagging them off. Those are my homies. Those are my guys. We went to the flag football tournament. Played 3 games. I have no vent. I'm not venting. Because
Nice.
the first game we played, we lost terribly. We didn't get like blown out. I think we lost by like 2 touchdowns. But
Okay.
our first 3 drives, we threw 3 interceptions.
Okay.
So we started off terrible. It's one of you ever played in like a rugby match or football match or whatever, and it's one of those like you kick your own ass more than the other team did.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. They weren't better than us. Shout out to them. They still got the dub. They still put points on the board. I give it to them. They weren't better than us. We just came out terrible. And then once we finally got our foot going, we were just trying to play catch up the whole time.
Fair enough.
So
You allowed them to have a quick start, and they got on top of you. And
yeah. We just couldn't catch back up. So I think at one point they was winning by like 4 touchdowns to 0, and then we ended up got our shit together. We didn't catch up. We ended up losing by I think 2 touchdowns. But it was just we were just making silly ass mistakes, man. It was just terrible. But that was our first game. And the second game we played, we won, destroyed that team. Then the third game, I had left. So the third game I didn't play because I went to take a shower and I went to Liverpool. I got the train to Bongo's Bingo. And
Bongo's bingo. I saw your story. Looked
Bongo's
chill.
Bingo. It before that, well, first we was in Manchester at this little. It was a nice little field that we were playing at. Zero shade, and it's one of those. The people here in the UK, their perception of weather is a bit weird to me because there was no shade. The sun was out beaming, but it wasn't hot. You know, I think it was like 20 degrees Celsius, 21 degrees Celsius. But back home, that's like, I don't know, like 70 degrees Fahrenheit for the Americans. But it's not really hot. But these dudes were like, man, it's fucking scorching out here, man. I'm burning up. And I'm like, it's sunny. Don't get me wrong, it's sunny. I get that. It's not really this. I wouldn't call this hot. You know what I mean?
No.
It felt like maybe a hot spring day. It's not a hot summer day.
That sounds like a chill.
So I was like, yeah, I was fine. I mean, I really didn't sweat that much, to be honest. I was fine, but it was just some dudes on the other teams were like, "Man, it's scorching out here, man. Let's go get some water." And I'm like, "Really, really? Okay."
Okay.
But but yeah, man. So I had to go. I didn't play the last game because I went to go take a shower, and then I hopped on a train. But the last game we won because apparently the team that they played that we played against, uh, they didn't bring enough people. So every month that they do this, one team will have their home, will use their home pitch, and everyone has to travel. Not everyone, but people in the area, you got to travel there. So it was in Manchester, and one of the teams that came, they didn't have all their players. So I think they only brought. I think I could be wrong, but I think they only brought eight, 7 or 8, and it's 5-on-5. These flag football matches, and they only brought like I think it's five. It's 5-on-5, but they only brought like 7-on-8, 7 or 8, and I think 2 people had been hurt before they played us, and then when they played us, another person got hurt. So they only had like 4 players, and
Damn.
yeah, they only had like 4 players, and they from my because I wasn't there, they forfeited at halftime. I think we were winning like 35-0, and they were just like at halftime they just forfeited because they were just like we're not going to catch up. So we ended winning that game. So yeah, man, we did that. It reminds me of Hangzhou. Remember when we played in Hangzhou?
Yeah, when we died
We
on the
we,
pitch.
we
We
talked
won.
about that on here, didn't we?
Yeah, we have spoken about how I never left the field.
You say you like we none of us never left the field. I think I ended up getting one break. I think I cussed at someone to be like, "No, get on the field." I got like one break for like two or
Just
three
get the
plays.
wounded on just to stand somewhere while we
Yeah,
drink water, please.
I think I was just talking to Andrew about that a couple of days ago, and he was like, "I still don't know how we won that damn game because they had a full sideline of subs,
Yeah, full team.
and we had it's 11-on-11. I think we had 12, and that other
Yeah.
person didn't even want to play. Yeah, it was shit. Uh, somehow I don't even know the score, but somehow we won it. But anyways, yeah. But it caught the train to Bongo's Bingo. Uh, Bongo's Bingo, man. That is a for the people. If you're listening to this or watching this, just get on YouTube. And I don't even think a YouTube video would do it justice. Um, we get there. You go. It's like a warehouse that they rented out. It's like a bunch of benches and stuff everywhere. You can like still like drinks and food. You can get in there. I would probably say I don't even know how many people was in there to be honest. A fair few hundred people were in there. I couldn't tell you how many, but it was packed. And I would say it was probably let's just say it's 500 people in there. It might have been about 20 guys. Like the numbers were very thin for the male population that I would imagine, or at least that I've seen, because it was dark in there. At least that I've seen. There's a lot of what they call them Hindus, bachelorette parties. A lot of 40th birthdays, girls. It's a bunch of like girl groups. Um, but anyways, it is wild. Um, it's okay. It's first of all, it's bingo, and if you played bingo, you know how to play bingo. The British bingo and the American bingo, I didn't realize are 2 different kinds of bingo, and yeah, their bingo board was different. It was like a bingo board for you. What does a bingo board look like in
It
South
has
Africa?
a
I
card
guess.
and has numbers, and if you get a particular line or a particular shape that they're looking for, and you got the numbers in that shape,
Right,
you could be like
bingo.
22, and you think, and then if you got that line or that particular sequence that they want or pattern, you just say bingo when you got all the numbers in that pattern.
Right, but like your bingo card, does it have all? Does it like okay, like the American one is like it's a card and it says bingo at the top and it's numbers on the so they can be like B28. And
Yeah,
if you got B28, you got it. But all the squares have a number in them.
yeah.
The British one, all the squares don't have numbers. And
That's weird.
it's and it doesn't have like letters at the top. So they'll just say the number. So I can't even go into explain it. If you have time and and if you listen to this or if you're watching this, just Google British bingo card. You'll see what I mean. Google American bingo card. You'll see what I mean. I didn't even really want to go into that full thing, but it was different. But Bongo's bingo, man, it was just it's a rave, bro. It's a rave. It's a techno party. It's people just turning up. Uh, they'll call your numbers, and if they say a certain number, like let's just say they say 33, and I guess somebody there was Irish, so they would say treaty treaty. How do you say it?
Free,
33 in
free.
Irish? No, it's not like that's like treaty tree.
Tree free.
Something like that. But anytime a 33 came out, man, the speakers went crazy, the lights went crazy, smoke was coming out. You can stand on the benches and dance. Everybody would just stand up on the benches, turning up, singing songs. I'm just like, yo, it's a whole fucking
Ratchets.
party in here. It's ratchet. It was a whole party in there. Drinks were flowing and bingo. The awards that you could win, each I think it was like 5 rounds, but each round had like 3 different rounds in each round. So like the one first round would be like you gotta get 1 line full to win. Then the second prize you gotta get 2 lines full. Then the third prize you get 3 lines full, and then next round.
Okay.
And I was the out of each round, there's 3 rounds. The third one is always a money prize, and if 2 people get bingo, you have to do a dance off on stage to get the money. Um, But the prizes, man, are just silly. You could win. There was a Henry Hoover vacuum cleaner you can win. Someone won an electric mobility scooter that goes 4 miles an hour. So they drove that all around. Those inflatable flailing tube man?
Yeah.
You could win one of those. Uh, Somebody won um, a fluffy, big ass stuffed unicorn. Uh, some guy won 2 boxes of Cocoa Pop cereal. Just random ass prizes that you can win, bro. And they was turned. Uh, I will say out of that whole night, it was probably like a good 6, 7 hours it was in there.
Damn.
I all the music they played, I only knew about 6, to be honest. And I don't know if that was like
Please tell me there was a moment in that 6, 7 hours that you dozed off.
I didn't. You can't doze off in there, dude. It's so loud in there, and everyone's sitting so close, and like you're going to be bumping into each other because everyone's so close, and people are up and down. So people are like constantly standing up on the bench, turning up, dancing, and then they go back to bingo, and everyone sits down. Then everyone's getting back up, dude. There's a lot of up and down. There's no way you could sleep in there. But I was a fair few times I was confused. They had a full Shania Twain set. And bro, I can't sing. I don't know not one Shania Twain song, not a single one. And they was all singing it. Lucy and Stay singing it in my face. I'm just like, I have no fucking clue what this song is. And
You just going, yeah.
and yeah, and of course I know she's famous. I know who she is. I just don't know none of her songs. Like if someone's like, "Oh, this is Shania Twain," oh, that's cool because I would have never known. I would have never guessed this. They played a few songs that I knew. But yeah, man, it was just ratchet. A lot of ratchet white people. I'll give you that. Yeah.
I
A lot
want
of
to say ratchet white people, man. Jeez.
yeah, it was just I think from what I saw, I was the only black guy. And I saw 2 black women. 2 or 3 black women. 2 for sure that was sitting around me. And the other 99.98% was all white people. But shit was just ratchet, man. It was just ratchet. It was loud. It was music and confetti and streamers. If you get a chance, man,
I'll
just
Google this. I'll YouTube.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Me.
I think you'd enjoy it, to be honest. I think you'd enjoy it. I think you'd enjoy it. From what we've talked about going to like certain festivals and stuff, I think you would have enjoyed it.
I don't think it's like Tomorrowland.
You would have enjoyed it, Daniel. I've seen
Uh,
you in clubs before. This would have been right up
yeah, I
your
just like
alley.
dancing. I
Yeah,
like
oh yeah,
dancing.
yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, there's a lot of dancing in there. So yeah. But outside of that, man, yep, I have no bitching to do about football. Bongos was cool. And then I'm just working, and this weekend is Jenny and the kids are coming for the weekend. Oh, I am officially going to Paris for the Olympics now.
Nice, sir.
Bought my
Nice.
tickets. So
Very
for
nice.
those listening, August 7th through the 13th,
Nice.
I will be in Paris.
Ooh.
We got tickets to the an athletics event. I know these events are like all day. So
Yeah, you get to the stadium. You have all day access.
yeah, so we're going to the an athletics event. It's a lot of like women's stuff, a few men's stuff, like the 100 meter relays, hurdles. We're going to that. We're going to the men's football gold final match,
Damn, you against the gold final match.
to the gold final match.
Nice,
Um,
sir.
we're going to. They have some
Man's rolling
event.
in cash there, bro. Man's
Nah,
rolling in
no. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The tickets to the events was not expensive. The expensive part is the Airbnb.
cash.
That's where they got us. I don't know my homeboy Nick, one of my friends. His name is also Nick. Yeah, we're still paying him for the Airbnb. We were making payments to him. Uh, the tickets to the final match for the men's gold. I think it's like £100, which is not
Okay.
bad. The athletics event was like £50. I mean, euros. Um, we're going to this. They have some little. It's called Concordia event. I don't know. It's like some social event for the whole day, and that is. It was like £20, €20, and then we're going
Nice.
to a wrestling, and that was like 30, 40 euros. The events are not expensive. It's the Airbnb,
I
um,
see.
and then luckily I live close to Paris. I mean, I guess you could say close. Uh, a round trip flight from Liverpool to Paris for those dates during the fucking Olympics, round trip, it's only £100.
Jeez, bro. Nice score there.
It's £100. It's an hour flight, and because of the time difference, I think they're an hour ahead, or I think they're an hour ahead, something
Hour
like that.
ahead.
Yeah. So like one of my flights, I leave at 10:20 a.m. I get to Liverpool at 10:50 a.m. It's like some weird time difference where like my flight is
Yeah.
like 30 minutes. But so yeah, man. My flight was cheap. The tickets are cheap. It's the Airbnbs. That's where they got us.
Oh, the people knew that their people want to stay at
Oh,
Airbnbs there.
oh hell yeah. I don't blame them. If I had a house in the middle of something that's big going on that the world is coming to, oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
I would clean up this house, put it on Airbnb. I'll go to your family's house and stay for the week and just racking that money. I don't blame you. One of my the Derby just happened in the U.S. and one of my friends, her house is close to the Derby, like where it's at, and she Airbnbs her house every year for the Derby, and she like cleans it up. She like locks certain rooms, and I think for like that week she rents out her house for Airbnb. I think she makes about $8,000.
Gee whiz, man.
Yeah, yeah. People are paying. Her house is like 3 or 4 bedrooms, so I think she like rents out 2 or 3 of the bedrooms. So obviously people probably splitting it. I mean, I don't know. People were splitting it or whatever, but yeah, she makes about 8 grand in a week. Yeah, so I don't blame you. But yeah, going to Paris, man.
I'm jealous
Uh,
now, that's for sure.
this summer, man, this summer is going to
Looking
be
good.
hectic for me.
Looking good.
Yeah. So I'm done with my 20-minute catch up. Your turn.
I was just about to say this is Big Baby Pats featuring Nick's little
I
just
just be
catch up.
talking, man. You got to stop me, man. I just be talking. If I get on the road, man, I'm just gonna keep talking.
And some people say I talk a lot, and sometimes I feel like not so much. I'm a good listener. I'm also
I
a
think
very
I,
good
I
listener.
think I think I talk way too much on this.
Nope, nothing, nothing much going on here. Just we've got a few weeks left of school. Got a week without walls coming up to Shanghai. That's we really, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, can't complain. Been a good been chilled, man. Been chilled. Got the final weekend of the Premier League, so when 26 is released next week sometime, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. As you can see, I'm wearing a Gunner shirt. I don't know. No, I don't. I don't. I don't want to get my hopes up high because it's a juggernaut. We play. We've. The only thing I'm really proud of is that we've kept toe to toe with a serious juggernaut contender. I think for like 2 seasons in a row, Liverpool lost by 1 point both seasons, taking it to the last day again. City is just they know how to do this. They know how to have a run in. They they're a juggernaut when it comes to football. Man, they are just beasts. And the only thing we can do is the only thing I was proud of is that last season we fell off the rails towards the end. This season we've kept up with them, and I think we maybe stumbled like you normally stumble, but I think one of the biggest voodoos Arsenal got off their back is that against the traditional top six, so like Manchester City, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham, we didn't drop points. So we either drew or won, and I think that's something that's really really good for us as a young team. But yeah, no hopes because what am I going to get excited? I have to watch the City game, and hopefully West Ham do us a favor. If they do, they do, and we can celebrate. But again, as always, you got to win your game, and champions know how to keep the title in their hands, no one else's hands.
Yeah, y'all. So for y'all to win, you all have to win,
Yeah, we
and
have to win.
then City needs to either draw or lose.
Yeah,
But if
that's
City,
it. So
but if they win, it's over.
it's over. They're 2 points ahead, and we got the better goal difference. So
Yeah,
any no winning result for City, we win. So if we win and
yeah.
City draw, we win the title. If we win and City win, and it's
City's title.
it is what it is.
I'm 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 rooting for you all, and
Thanks.
I'm rooting for y'all because Madrid. Well, we already locked up our title weeks ago.
Yeah,
But I'm rooting for you all because I want to see someone new on the throne. You know,
it would be nice.
I want to see someone new up there. I was talking to Lucy about it. She was, how she was like last year. She wants City to win. She doesn't want, the new guys to have something nice. She's like, if we can't have nothing nice, then y'all can't have nothing nice. And I was
Yeah.
like, damn, you a sore loser. Ain't you just salty? Just salty. I'm ready to see someone else different on the throne. It could have been
That would be
anybody. If it was Liverpool going forward, or it could be, I don't know, it could be fucking Brighton. I'm rooting for them. You know, I'm just like, man,
yeah. It's I don't think it's boring that City are doing
I
this.
think
I
it's
don't think it's
boring.
boring. It's it sucks because they're just so flipping good, and they're this juggernaut that just can't get stopped. But yeah, I think
It's
I think
boring.
what the past a lot of people are upset, but the past weekend, you know, when when people were like, "Oh, Arsenal are supporting Tottenham," we want them, and to think that like Ange, I don't know how to say his name, the second name of him, but Ange is the Tottenham Hotspurs manager, and he was like after the game, he was like, in the last 48 hours, I saw something wrong with this club, both inside and outside, and I think that's a big thing is the mentality of a club. I think
With
like
Tottenham,
yeah, I think like if Tottenham were on the brink of winning a Premier League and we need to beat a team, we're beating them if we can, because like I think that's the biggest mentality. No team is thinking, oh, we need to give them a favor or we need to stop them. winning their league. You know, you need to win football matches. That's what your job is. You know, that's what clubs want. I mean, if I lost to Man City, and it was a joke, and my players were joking about it, do you think I'd be happy? No, that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to fight for every game.
Right.
I watch every game expecting to win because that's what it is. It's fans support the club for that. But
Right.
yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh," and I was just like, "But guys, we've known for a long time that Tottenham is a small club. It's a small mentality. Their owner, Mr. Levy, doesn't show anything. I mean, you let Harry Kane go for a measly 100 mil, and he goes and he breaks records again, and you know." Even though he took the Tottenham curse with him to Bayern,
Yeah. He breaks records. What's that
he
meme?
still breaks records.
It's like, what's that meme? It's like when Harry Kane sees some silverware, he's like, "Ugh, brother, no, brother, what is that?"
Is that the Drake meme? Is that the Drake meme pushing away?
No, that's the. You ever seen that meme of the old Indian guys like, brother,
Yes.
But damn, yeah, I need y'all to pull out this dub, man. I'm rooting
No,
for
well,
y'all.
we have to go and win first. So our main priority is just to go and win, play against Everton
Yeah.
at home, get the win, and if West Ham do something, they do something. Hopefully, the West Ham players think that Declan Rice is still a good guy, and they do it for him. And he messages them and says, "Hey, please, guys, just do us a favor." Then can at least go,
Was he?
and make it difficult. You know, if City win like 2-1, and it was like a tight affair, and it's like 80 minutes, then I would appreciate West Ham. But if it's like a 5-0 drubbing, and it's just like,
Yeah.
it will be a bit boring. But hopefully, David Moyes' last game, West Ham. Hopefully, they can be remembered that David Moyes' last game as a West Ham manager breaks City's hearts. I mean, that would be wonderful. That would be great. We just kept quiet now. We just kept quiet.
Because
I
thought you
could
got.
hear the bird.
Oh, I thought you got cut.
No, I could still hear the bird. It was just us being quiet. Just a moment of silence.
But
So,
yeah, my bad.
moving on, I want to chat about something, and it's something that I've recently experienced, and I think there's a lot. How do I put it? I think, if I can put it lightly, I think it's been like something that I'm trying to learn how to deal with, especially working in an international environment. And I think the biggest thing that I've found working in an international environment is that I still take things very personally, and I don't think I take it as an attack personally. I mumble and grumble about it. I will harp on it and moan about it, but it won't affect me doing what I need to do.
Right.
But I think, like, over the past few weeks and probably 3 or 4 months, what I've noticed, and I think this is up for debate, and I think there is a grey area, and it's not like it is a must. I don't think it's right or wrong if that's the case. But
Okay.
where I am in my particular situation, if we go back a few years ago, right, and I was working in South Africa, and I'll get a bit personal, and and what happened was that I was working at a company. I've been there for about 6-7 years, and I was earning about. I'll convert it into euros for say. So I was earning about under 900 euros a month after tax. So and mind you, South Africa, living in South Africa. Okay, well, my salary in South Africa was about 18,000 rand. So at about 18,000 rand, and that was with my masters. So I was a masters. I had masters in my marketing, and I was a marketing manager for about 6-7 years. And 18,000 rand in South Africa is not a lot. It is not a lot. You have car insurance, health insurance. I mean, health insurance is like 3,000 rand. Car insurance is like 2,000 rand. Rent is about 5,000 rand. Food is ridiculous. Fuel. I drove about 200 kilometers a day, so it just stacked up, and I was in debt. So I was paying a debt risk company basically a lump sum every month, and I worked from 6 to 6. So I left home 5:30, and I got home 7:30. Okay, that was my day. So
Okay.
and I worked 6 days a week. I was working on most Saturdays. And the biggest thing for me was I got 12 days a year of leave. That was it, 12 days. So 365 days of the year, I got 12 days off. Plus public holidays. Let's talk public holidays and weekends, obviously. But
Okay.
that was it. So coming to China, being here after 5 years, debt free, purchasing a house, paying a mortgage, or doing it with my mom in Spain. I get to travel the world now. I've seen places. I've met people. I've experienced so much. I'm sitting here well over 2,500 euros now. So a big increase. I don't get harassed at work. I don't get crapped on at work. I don't get told I'm useless at work. If I've made a mistake, it's like, cool, let's carry on. I love my job. I freaking love it. And I work 180 days of the year. I get paid full summer, full winter holidays. I get paid every single holiday. There's about 300 million Chinese holidays you get. And
God,
I
so many.
don't work back holidays.
Right.
And Nick will agree with this. The worst thing about going to a Chinese kindergarten school is you work back your cracky holidays. I
Yeah.
don't. So if there is a week off, I get that week off. I don't come back the next week and work Saturday and Sunday. I don't.
Right.
My school doesn't
Right.
believe in that. So we work 180 days. We work from 7:45 to 4:15. It is not long hours. And my thing is that it's okay to do a little bit of extra work. It's okay. It's all right. You know, 4 or 5 Saturdays a year. Who's complaining? You. We get 180 days off anyway. We get
Right.
8 weeks summer holiday. We get 3-week winter holiday. That's 11 weeks of holiday. I haven't had 11 weeks of holiday in my life. Like, what? We don't do extensive marking. In our particular school, we are fortunate enough to have 10 to 15 kids in the classroom. We don't have huge exams because our curriculum is based on mastery learning. So it's a different style of teaching. We don't have kids trying to rush exams and Gaikao exams, and they do AP testings and they do map testings, but it's pretty much like testing your skills, not just what you learned in a textbook.
Right.
So my thing is that is it wrong of me to expect people to work outside their contract hours? Or is it okay for not to? Like, that's my thing. That's me trying to learn, and that's a cultural thing. Like, some people will say, I've volunteered 3 Fridays now. This is a lot, or I need to go home now. So, like, is it wrong, or like a meeting? Like, say for instance, you have a meeting and the meeting's running until 5. And you were supposed to leave at 4:15, but now the meeting's 5. Do you just start packing up and leaving during the meeting, or do you wait until the meeting is over? Like, what do we expect? Like, do we forget where we come from, basically?
So I
Let's open up the
agree.
debate.
Right. No. I agree and disagree with what you're saying.
Okay.
I'm on both sides of what you're saying. One, I agree that, and like I said, even when I was in the kindergartens in China, and we like had to work our holidays back, which I fucking hated. But we had to work our holidays back. The work in itself was never difficult. The work was never hard. Even when I was at my training center and at the kindergarten, the work was never hard. It wasn't difficult. It honestly didn't require a lot of brain work. You just had to be there for the most part. Even at Richardson, like if we had to work a holiday back, your first class is what, an hour and 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then you get a 2 hour break. Damn near. We talked about it before. I would go take a nap or go on a walk or whatever. Then you come back, do another hour and 10, and then you out. Like the work in itself was never hard. So when it comes to, I get it's just hard because you speak about it from a South African standpoint, but not everyone. My
Yeah.
gripe with that is not everyone's comes from that standpoint. Not everyone has that same. Your struggle in South Africa was different from my struggle in the U.S. So it's one of those. Depending on where you come from, the money you're earning now, like you just said, you're earning way more money you was earning back home. I basically working a lot less. You have a lot more free time. You're having fun working. You're enjoying your job. So it's when it comes to the like people volunteering to do stuff. I don't. If it was me, put myself in their shoes. I know me. I would volunteer if it was something that I was interested in. Now, like
Yeah.
with a meeting, if it was in a meeting, you said about a meeting, I wouldn't just be packing up and leaving. I feel like that's just disrespectful. Unless you had something that was like important that you had to go to after work, and you just
Excuse
made note of
yourself.
that.
Like, yeah.
Made note of that before. I told my boss like, hey, if this meeting runs long, I got to leave at 4 or whatever. I got to leave at 4:30. Cool. Just packing up as adults, that shit we used to do at school when class is over. Like I'm ready to go. But like as adults, dog, come on, man. Like be
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little
I
bit
think
mature about that. Um, I'm sorry. What you want to say?
no, no. I think like there. I think it's very cool. Like, I mean, I understand perfectly. Like, people have. Like, I understand families. Like, I don't.
Right.
I don't get irritated with people that have families that are committed. I think it's just. It's like we tend to forget that. Like, I'm not asking for after hour stuff. No, it's like we tend to forget that we are service people. We
Right.
we are we are not we are not teachers because we're bosses. We're not teachers because we we forget here. The thing is that it's not about being qualified. It's not about being the best lesson planner or it's about serving, and we're serving one particular group of people, and that's students.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like like I get it. Like I'm probably the most fortunate person. I have a huge passion for sport, and I think a lot of people probably get irritated with that. Like, I think most people just gripe on the fact that we are frisbee mad at the school and everything's about frisbee, and why are the kids so involved about frisbee, and like it shouldn't be like this. There should be other things, and I'm working on it, and I'm really trying my best to add in more school sports and everything like that. But like, again, it's like maybe it's not a South African thing, because maybe it's just a personality thing where people are doers and people are wallflowers. And I think
Yeah.
like for me the biggest thing is like silly things, like the expectation. Like, I'll tell you an example, and I'm not afraid to. I'm not a naming person. I'm not doing that.
Right.
And but the thing is like like t-shirts. We're all doing this. We're all doing this week without walls. So we're all going on these awesome trips and everything else. And we're trying to get shirt sizes for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been very fortunate enough. Well, when I say fortunate enough, I've been ordering a lot of shirts lately. So I've been doing
Mm-hmm.
a lot of ordering stuff because I've been planning events, and the events needed shirts. So I understand how to get kid sizes. And
Right.
excuse me, and I've got kid sizes on past order shirts. So we use a similar supplier.
Mm-hmm.
And so I design my shirt with one of the Chinese ladies. She works with me. She gets the AI file. She puts my vision that I had with the shirt onto the AI file. She sends it through. The next day I've sent all the sizes. Our order is done.
Right.
And I'm also very fortunate enough because one of the other groups, they had older kids, and I've worked with that group before, and I had those sizes. So I sent the teacher, hey, this is the sizes of the kids that's going on your trip. Use it. Great.
Okay.
And they had 3 t-shirts outstanding. They had 3 sizes outstanding. They went and they got those 3. Now, the people say, oh no. They said, can you? And then the one Chinese lady is like, please may you do the sizes. Please may the homeroom teachers get the sizes for their other things. So there's a couple of kids, the younger kids specifically, they're going on trips within Shenyang and they need sizes. Cool.
Right.
The person goes in and
Mm-hmm.
says, it's your responsibility to do the shirts. And I was like, no, it's not. It's not the Chinese lady's responsibility. I said, the teachers have done this before. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't take long to do this. They don't
Right.
even have to go to the parents. They can ask for help, but they mustn't sit and expect it to fall from the fucking sky. It frustrated
Right.
me because they just, and the excuses were, oh, if we had to ask the parents, it would take 2 weeks. Mate, grab a spare t-shirt from the locker room, from the storeroom, because it's the same supplier. You would know that if you were kind of involved and listened and paid attention to meetings and stuff like that. Grab a
Mm-hmm.
couple of shirts. Tell your kids, hold on, kids, we're taking 5 minutes in the lesson. Try these shirts on, put them over your shirt. Okay, cool. You're a medium, you're a large. Is it? Oh, it's a bit tight. Let's get a bigger one. Oh, this is your shirt that you're wearing now. Cool, cool, cool.
This
It
sounds like a
takes
very
you,
minuscule issue.
yeah. And it's these type of issues that I feel like that people show their privilege, that the
They
Chinese people would do it.
they show their not even the privilege, their entitlement.
That's the word I was looking for. And
Because
yeah,
the people like this are obviously, because that's not what those kind of people that you work with that do stuff like that have an issue with something that small. Because I'm sitting there thinking as you're saying this, I'm like, I would just go to each kid in my classroom, like, hey, come here, and look at the tag on the back of their shirt.
yeah, and I get it. It's not all the same shirts. You would, and I've
Yeah,
got spares in my classroom. And I say, just try this shirt on. Okay, you
yeah.
kind of like, cool. I don't ask
Like
them
this
to
is
go
an
into all this
easy,
information.
yeah, this is easy. Um, but I just feel like it's one of those that someone who's doing that, this is not new. They're not acting like this. This is not their first time acting like this.
No,
They're coming from, I make this much. I've in my past jobs, the in this instance, the Chinese person did this, this, and this. Basically, I don't need to do shit but teach. Everything else outside of me
yeah,
teaching, I don't need to do shit. It's quote unquote, and we've had this so many times, especially in China. You'll see people listening to other expats in other countries. It's not in my contract. You know, I don't have to do this. It's not written in my contract. I don't have to do it. And I'm like, yes, true, fair enough. On the flip side of it, just be a fucking good person. Why you got to be a dick
to a
about it?
man.
It's
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 so,
it's easy
it's
stuff.
not hard. I'm not
You're
asking you to do presentations, and I'm not asking you to
right.
coach
It,
six
it,
hours a day. Just help the
you
office staff.
yeah, and it's a for those listening. If you move to another country to work, you're gonna, especially if you meet other foreigners, you're gonna meet these people that are gonna feel like everything that I'm doing outside of my contract is a favor to you. It's a favor and it's at the grace of my, it's kind of like, I forgot where I was going with it, but it's a favor. I don't have to do this. I don't need to do this. Don't come to me about this. It's, it's, oh man.
It's like you're stealing
Cause,
their time.
yeah, cause I've been in these situations before and I'm just like, you just been an asshole. You're just showing us that you can't do basic stuff.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, everybody that it's in these positions, we all fucking adults. Just fucking act like it. It's
yeah,
not hard.
that's
You're
it.
getting paid way more than you getting paid back home. And like I said, going back to,
Easily.
your struggle in South Africa was different from mine in the US. But we both came to China and we were both getting paid more than we were both making at home. I was most definitely getting paid more than I was making in the US. And you obviously were getting paid more than South Africa. So we getting paid more. The work is easy. Going back, the work is easy. The hours are fucking minuscule. It's not, you don't have to break a sweat. It's not tough work at all. You can stay and just do a little bit more. When I was at Richardson, now, me personally, I was never unless something I was interested in, I was never a person that raises my hand and be like, I'll do it. I was never a big volunteer. But if anyone, even when I was at Richardson in First League, if anyone ever came to me and was like, hey, Nick, Do you mind staying after to help us with this? Or can you help us with this? 100%. Oh, yeah, cool, no problem. Unless I had something planned,
Yeah.
yeah, cool, no problem. And then sometimes I might not volunteer, but if I see something like, I just walk past, hey, y'all good? Y'all need some help with this? No?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
then
it.
I'll leave it at that.
That's it.
But if anybody asks me, yeah, cool, it's no, like I said, unless I had an appointment, I'm like, yeah, I don't mind staying for another 30, 45 minutes, an hour, because I ain't gonna do shit but go home and play the PlayStation. So, yeah, man, it's cool, it's whatever. So, it's, but when you have those
Yeah.
people, you're creating these divides because people are just, they want something
It
to
is,
bitch about,
and
but
it's
don't
hard
want to
to
put
win
it
them.
forward.
It's
Yeah, they don't want to put
it
forward any
becomes
solutions because, like, when we
yeah, it's
talked about the with your school, y'all big on the frisbee thing. Y'all really big on it, and there's some teachers that might have an issue with that. But this one was I miss being there because my solution would be like, okay, well, if you have a problem with it, well, what's your solution? What do you want to do? What sport do you want to bring? We're all ears. Don't bitch about something and don't complain about something, especially in a team environment, if you're not fucking coming with solutions. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. If you don't want to volunteer or anything, cool. If you don't do anything out of you, we honestly, you can't force anyone to do anything outside of their contract. And I get that. It's set in stone. I get that. If that's it, cool. But don't start whining about this, that, and the third. We ask you to do something, just do it. If you don't want to stay past, if we offer 4:30, you don't want to stay past 4:30, we can't force you to stay.
no.
You know. Now, on the flip side of it, those kind of people, you get to the point that you become very unhireable.
Yeah.
You know, and in China, I feel like pre-COVID and during COVID, our seats were very comfortable because
Yes.
no teachers were coming in. The teachers that was there, we had the experience. We had some power on what we wanted to make, what hours we wanted to do, et cetera, where we wanted to work. The teacher population, and I'm speaking just in China, but I'd imagine other countries as well, and not even just a teacher, but just a position in general. You had some power to be like, no, I want this much. No, I want to do these hours. No, I don't want to do this. That's done. That is done and dusted.
Yeah. Now they can
So
hire back in now.
now they can hire anybody. So I feel like, and I'm not saying you need to go and kiss ass and show why you're important, but
No.
your seat is, you can be easily replaced. That whole, like you said in China, that whole you're a beautiful white person. That's a big thing in China. That shit is that ship is gone. We looking for experience for backgrounds. I was talking to Vicky about this. Nothing wrong with Vicky. Nothing wrong. She ain't got no issues. We were just chatting in general, and she was like, "Yeah, these schools, they're not looking for, oh, you got a bachelor's degree, you're good." She's like, "Nah, they looking for, you got a teaching degree." Like my bachelor's was in criminal justice. I just had a background in teaching, but I didn't have a teaching degree until I came to China, and then I got one. I got two now, but before that, I had a teaching degree. I just had a bachelor's degree, and that was it. Not even to do with teaching. Just my resume looked good. That shit, if I didn't have the background that I do now, I feel like 100% if I came back to China, I can get a job easy. I know that. But if I had the credentials that I had then and try to use those now, I don't think I'd have faith to get in a position. Or they finna pay me pennies. So your seat's not
Yeah.
comfortable, man. And I just think people are coming from this, they're entitled. They think their shit don't stink. They think I've been here for X amount of years and I look like this, so I can do and demand this. Boo boo. They don't need you. They don't need you. They might want you because you might fit the bill of what we looking for. If your mind ain't right in this game, if you're not helping, like you said, it's a team environment. If you're not helping, these countries, man, they don't owe you shit. And I think people lose the fact that when you go to another country, this is just some advice for anyone listening. When you go to another country and you're working there, you're not from that country. All right. Speaking in China in general, we ain't Chinese. So, and Daniel can tell you this: if QSI came to Daniel and it was like, "Hey, Daniel, we ain't really feeling it. What you're doing? Woo, 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 woo. We cutting your contract." We done with it. You got what, 30 days to find a new job? Something like that. If you don't find it, hop on that plane back to South Africa, buddy, because you're here legally now. In China, if you were Chinese, you get fired. Fuck it. It is what it is. I'll go to my mama's house. I'll get another job. They can't kick you out. But like I said, you ain't got to no kiss no ass or nothing crazy. But uh, no matter how many years you there, unless you a citizen, unless you get that citizenship, that green card, which in China is very fucking difficult. Even if you're married and kids, that Chinese citizenship is difficult to get, and there's no dual citizenship. So if you're American, they know, I'm American and Chinese passport. But uh, yeah, they'll send you back on that ship. Hey, player, you can go. And I know when I was there, I kept that heavy in my head that my school is if I can everything can be going well, but if you make one false move, and I hate to say it, one false move with the wrong person, with the wrong teacher, with the wrong parent, with the wrong when I got into that
Yeah.
fight with David,
Yeah.
they will be looking to send your ass home. They would love to make an example out of you. Would love to. And then you can bitch and moan, and you can find nobody better than me. That's okay. You can leave. We got 20 other coming in. We could pick someone as closest to you as possible. So and I'm sorry going off in this little tangent because I've been in this. I've
Yeah.
seen
No.
these people
No. No.
before, and it's
I'm seeing it and I'm experiencing it, and
yeah,
it's a difficult thing to work with and work through. So
and it sucks because what really needs to happen is someone, whether it's you or someone whoever is close to these kind of people, someone needs to pull these people to the side, whether at the school or at their home or something, and they need a fucking reality check because. And I know in these situations, like if this was me and I'm doing this shit and y'all got an issue with me, let's say they might not cut my. We getting close to the end of the year. They might not cut my contract now. We getting closer to they'll be like, you know what, fine, fuck it, let them finish it out. Uh, what also people don't tell you, other people with these expats, when you go to some of these schools, first of all, never sign a contract that says we're going to sign you for anything more than a year.
Mhm.
I would say sign yearly contracts because shit can change after a year. I've seen some people get fucked over and get stuck in shit jobs because they sign these extended
We know a few.
contracts. Know a few. School might be great, At Richardson, I would say most definitely for more than 1 or 2 years. But I was only going to sign a year-long contract. The next year, we can sit down, we can negotiate for the next year. That's the first thing. Uh, Secondly, your visa, when you get these work visas, these Z visas, your visa is only for a year. So at the end of your contract, your calendar year that you're working, you have to redo your contract. And a lot of times you have to go back to the embassy and redo your visa. They take your passport for about a month. They give you like a little slip that shows that they have that if anyone asks, they have your passport. No biggie. But you can't be like traveling for like a month. Like you got to sit still for damn near a month till you get your passport back with the stamp or the little page they take out, whatever. Uh, if that school is like, nah, we not we got a different idea. We're not gonna resign you. They don't. You can bitch and you can moan and you can say, well, I'm this and I'm that and I've been here and I've been here. I've been in China for 20 years. Yeah. So
Bye.
your point. Your point. And cool. Congratulations. At this point, like they say in the NFL draft, you're on the clock. Uh,
You're on the clock.
your move, buddy. So, and that's why you gotta start making moves. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, if you those kind of people like that, man, if you're unhireable, if you're unworkable, if you're not a team player, and like these businesses, they talk. Schools in general, they fucking talk to each other.
People
So
talk. Parents
if
talk.
people talk, parents talk. So if Daniel was a shit teacher and QSI didn't want to keep him no more, and let's say Daniel want to go to a school called I don't know QBI, but the little Johnnies that Daniel used to teach, Johnny's big brother goes to QBI, so the parents know Daniel. They might go to, hey, don't hire Daniel, my son, da da da, and that's done.
Yeah.
Cause them parents pay, so them parents got big voices. Them parents pay for them kids, and that shit ain't cheap. So, hey man, my go-to for all of this is, you grown, we all grown. If you fuck that up, hey, you made that bed, you got to
Yeah.
sleep in it, player. Live with that shit. So, yeah, man, it.
All
I know I
right.
talked for a while about this, but that shit gets
No,
people like that get under my skin.
Yeah, I vented
I would be
about
happy. I would be surprised if those kind of people end up working there for multiple years.
on the chessboard, just doing my
Hey
bit.
man. Yep. Ain't nothing you can do but control what you can control. Yes, sir.
Before we
Before we
go,
do
I'll just
before we talk for an hour and a half. All right.
yeah.
So you can multitask. You didn't like my drum? Oh, shit. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Okay. I like my coffee like I like my women. Secretly alcoholic. I feel like you just pushing stuff.
All right,
Yo, side note, these Brits, man, the amount of fucking beer they drink is unreal. It's
they can pop a
unreal.
few. I've seen the Brits
Man,
here.
man. And so side before you do this last joke, I'm on this wine kick now because wine will get me there. Beer, I can't get drunk off beer. Beer just makes me full, pee a lot, and I just get sleepy. I've never been beer drunk. I can't do beer. I've been off beer for probably about the last few months now. I'll drink liquor and I've been on wine because wine will get me there. But boy, like my girl Lucy and Daniel can probably, have you seen Lucy down some beers? Cause yeah. But anyways, your last joke. So she's preparing for a
My
barbecue.
6-year.
Oh, okay, okay. There we go. There we go. Oh wait, no, that was the wrong one. Don't worry about it. We got it. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice. That's our cue then. I think it's our cue to hop off here.
Yeah.
Good people. Episode. Yeah. Yeah. Good people. Episode 26. What's six again? Five. Okay, six. It's six in Chinese.
Leo.
26.
Arsha Leo.
What's it? Arsha Leo. Episode Arsha Leo. 26 is in the books. We'll be. No, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, 26 in the books. Glad to be here with you all. Keep watching us. Keep subscribing to us. Share the videos and stuff. Do what you got to do. We appreciate it. 10,000%. Show the love. Even if you don't like us, talk bad about us, just share the video. It's cool. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. 26. We are out.